Knock at the Cabin is a movie based off the book The Cabin at the End of the World by Paul Tremblay. That's why I really wanted to watch it. I read the book last year, I think, and the book didn't quite grab me. I gave it like a 2.5 out of 5. It was okay. I've been trying to get into more horror novels, but that one was a little bit on the vague ending side. I didn't like that. I don't really like it when authors kind of do the open ending or the, just give us something. So when the movie was announced, I was pumped for it. M. Night Shyamalan, very strong director in terms of visual and cinematography. So they have a cast and everything. This one is about Wen. She is a very young adopted Chinese girl who has 2 dads, and they are vacationing in a cabin in the middle of nowhere when a strange man shows up and starts talking to Wen and starts saying cryptic things like, you're gonna need to let us into the cabin. And then of course when his friends show up, they each have this weird makeshift weapon, and they obviously scare the family in there, and the family don't know what to think. And when they're taken hostage and tied up, they are told that they have to make a sacrifice in order to save the world. So it's a very weird concept. There's like a lot of rituals and weird things going on in this film. This movie's rated R, but it doesn't feel like an R-rated film. It felt like PG-13. They kind of, M. Night Shyamalan sort of, what's the word? He did the violence tastefully. He didn't have to. He could have made it a little bit more gory and kept the, some scenes more violent and other scenes not, but this movie's really tame in terms of violence. I really like the acting. The acting's great. I mean, Dave Bautista pretty much steals the show as the main sort of, I guess, guardian? I'll call them the guardians. The main guardian of sorts, and then Rupert Grint's kind of like shafted a little bit because he gets the least amount of screen time, and then the other 2, they get some more to say, so each of the guardians gets their own sort of time to shine, but not Rupert Grint as Redmond. The 2 dads and the girl are really great. The movie also intercuts some flashbacks to give us some more character development and some more insight into their adoption process and their relationship. I really like that because it cuts the tension a little bit, but not too much. So it's not really a one-location film, but it kind of is, with the occasional flashback thrown in. So there's a wonderful tension that's still created. The biggest controversy has to be the change of the ending from the book. I'm not going to go into details, but there's a specific reason why this movie is called Knock at the Cabin and not The Cabin at the End of the World, because they are different stories. Cabin at the End of the World is a book. This is a movie. They're very different stories. This is M. Night Shyamalan's interpretation of things, and he changes the 3rd act. Some book purists might not like that, but me, I personally enjoyed it a lot. I really liked the changes. I was like sitting there going like, hey, I like this a lot better, mainly because I didn't enjoy the book as much, but also it has like a concrete, definite ending. It doesn't shy away and try to be vague. This is a movie experience. You don't want to walk into a movie and just be like, will everything be okay? And just have like an open-ending thing where you feel like you've wasted almost 2 hours. The pacing's really great for this film. It's not too long. Acting's really great. It has some very heavy emotional moments at the end. I really enjoyed the changes to the book, and very strong film, good direction and camera work, but just it needed to be a little bit more violent. It would have made it more intense, I feel. So Cabin at the End of the Knock at the Cabin is very strong, in my opinion, and I give it a 7 out of 10.